So in this lecture we will see the Fourier series. So in time domain, the amplitude of signal is plotted versus time. That means time t is taken as a reference and it is plotted on x-axis. But in many cases the time domain analysis is not sufficient and a frequency domain analysis is required. So what is frequency domain? Frequency domain means analysis of signal with respect to frequency. That means on x-axis frequency f is plotted and the frequency domain representation gives an idea about how much amount of signal is present within the given frequency band. So the signal which is represented in frequency domain is called as a line spectrum. And the graph in the frequency domain is also called as a line spectrum because the values are represented by lines. So the graph in the frequency domain is called as a line spectrum because the values are represented by lines. And the line spectrum consists of two graphs, amplitude spectrum and phase spectrum. Amplitude spectrum means what? It is a graph of amplitude versus frequency. And phase spectrum means what? It is a graph of phase versus frequency. So the signal is combination of different frequency components, amplitude and phase of different frequency components, which is represented by using a line spectrum. So, the founder of Fourier series, Joseph Fourier. So, as we know, the Taylor series representation of the function are valid only for those functions which are continuous and differentiation. But there are many discontinuous periodic functions which require to express in terms of the finite series containing sine and cosine terms. So Fourier series, which is an infinite series representation of such a function in terms of sine and cosine term, is useful here. So the Fourier series are in certain sense more universal than Taylor's series as it applies to all continuous periodic functions and also to the functions which are discontinuous in their values and derivative. So The Fourier series is a very powerful method to solve ordinary and partial differentiation equations, particularly with periodic functions appearing as non-homogeneous terms. There are some rules to draw a line spectrum. So the rule 1 is on x-axis always plot frequency f and not angular frequency omega. Second rule is convert every sine wave term into cosine wave term. So into cosine wave. For this conversion, use formula sin omega t equal to cos of omega t minus 90 degree, and it is required because the phase angle should be measured with respect to cosine wave. Then the third rule is convert every negative amplitude into positive by adding a phase shift of plus 180 degree or minus 180 degree. That is, if amplitude is minus a, then convert it into plus a using equation minus a cos omega t equal to a cos of omega t plus minus 180 degree. So there are different types of basically Fourier series is used to represent a periodic signal in terms of complex exponential. That means any periodic signal can be expressed in terms of summation of sine and cosine wave. So these terms are called as orthogonal basis function. It is also called as frequency analysis of the signal. So periodic signal is x of t and its Fourier coefficients x of k. So there are different types of, so this diagram shows the Fourier waves. There are different types of Fourier series which are used for analysis of continuous time periodic signal. So basically there are three types: trigonometric or quadrature Fourier series, pole Fourier series, and exponential Fourier series. So the Fourier series can be generally written as fx equal to half a0 plus summation n is equal to 1 to infinity an cos nx plus summation n equal to 1 to infinity bn sin of nx. Now where what is a0? It is 1 by pi integration minus pi to pi fx dx. An means 1 by pi minus pi to pi fx cos nx dx, and bn is 1 by pi minus pi to pi fx sin nx dx. So Fourier series makes the use of orthogonality relationships of the sine and cosine functions. So there are basis formulas of Fourier series. The Fourier series of periodic function fx with period 2n is defined as the trigonometric series with the coefficient a0, an and bn, which are known as Fourier coefficients, which is determined by the formula given here. So the individual terms in Fourier series are known as harmonics, and every function fx of period 2 pi satisfying the following condition known as Dirichlet conditions, and it can be expressed in the form of Fourier series. These are the sufficient conditions but not the necessary condition. So these conditions, that is Dirichlet conditions, are: first is fx is bounded and single value. That is, a function fx is called a single value if each point in the domain it has a unique value in the range. Then fx has at most a finite number of maxima and minima in the interval, and fx has at most a finite number of discontinuities in the interval. So for example, sine inverse x, we can say that the function sine inverse x can be expressed as a Fourier series, as it is not a single value function. And tan x also in the interval 0 to n or 2 pi cannot be expressed as a Fourier series because it is infinite at x is equal to pi by 2. So absolute integrability, the given function x of t must be absolute integral over a one period, that is t0. The absolute value means magnitude, and integral means the answer of integration must be finite, that is less than infinity. And if fundamental period is t0, then mathematically it is 0 to integration 0 to t0 mod of x of t dt less than infinity. Then single valued property is that at any time insert the signal value x of t must have a single value within the fundamental period t0. Then finite discontinuities. The function should have a finite number of discontinuities in the fundamental period t0. Then finite peaks. The peak value means the maximum amplitude or maxima, or minimum amplitude or minima. So the signal xt should have a finite number of maxima and minima in the fundamental period t0. So Fourier series for even and odd functions. First we consider the first we will see for even function. Now function, if function fx is an even periodic function with period 2l, x is in between minus l and l, then fx cos of n pi x by l is even, while fx sin n pi x by l is odd. So thus the Fourier series expansion of an even periodic function fx with period 2l is given by fx equal to a0 by 2 summation n equal to 1 to infinity a n cos n pi x by l. So here a0 is 2 by l integration 0 to l fx dx, and a n value is 2 by l integration 0 to l fx cos n pi x by l into dx, where value of n changes from 1 to infinity. So bn is equal to 0. Now for the odd function, if function fx is an even periodic function with period 2l, then fx cos n pi x by l is even, while fx sin n pi x by l is odd. The Fourier series expansion of an odd periodic function fx with period 2l is given by fx is equal to summation n equal to 1 to infinity bn sin n pi x by l. Bn is equal to 2 by l integration 0 to l fx sin n pi x by l, where n goes from 1 to dot. So here one example is considered, that is, find the Fourier series of fx which is equal to x square plus x. So first we write down the Fourier series of fx, that is its equation, and we have a0 values. We have a0 equation, it is 1 by pi integration minus pi to pi fx into dx. Now fx value is replaced here, that is x square plus x. Integration takes we will take the integration, that x square integration is x cube by 3 and x integration is x square by 2. Then we replace these integration values in this equation, so it becomes 2 pi cube by 3. This is value of a0. Then we consider the standard equation. In that equation we have to find the value of, now we have find value of a0. Now we have to find the an and bn. So here we write down the equation for an, which is 1 by pi integration minus pi to pi fx cos next dx. So fx is replaced here, so it becomes x square plus x cos nx dx. Now integration of cos is sine, that is integration of multiplication here we consider. So it becomes, so we solve it and we get answer of an as 4 into minus 1 raised to n square. Next we have to find the value of bn. So it is equal to 1 by pi integration minus pi to pi fx sin nx dx. So again we replace fx is equal to x square plus x. Then we solve this integration and we get value of bn as 2 into minus 1 raised to n by n. Then we replace now the Fourier series of fx of x square plus x. So here we replace all the values of a0, an and bn, and we get this equation. Then the next is applications of Fourier series. So first is a forced oscillation. Now consider a mass spring system where we have a mass m on spring with constant k, damping c, and force f of t is applied to mass. So we suppose that the forcing function ft is 2L periodic for some L greater than 0, and the equation which governs this particular setup is mx double dash of t plus cx dash of t plus kx of t equal to f of t. Now the general solution consists of the complementary solution x0 which solve the associated homogeneous equation mx raised to n plus c x dash plus kx equal to 0 and a particular solution of, so we call x of p. Now for c greater than 0 complementary solution xc will decay as time goes by. Therefore we are mostly interested in a particular solution xp which does not decay and is periodic with the same period as f of t. So we call this particular solution the steady periodic solution and we write it as x of ap as before. And what will be new in this? For simplicity, suppose c equal to 0 and the problem with c greater than 0 is very similar. So the equation is mx raised to n plus kx equal to 0. Now here the equation for f of t and x of t is given. Then the second application is heat equation. Now heat on an insulated wire. So first we consider, let us first study the heat equation. Suppose we have a wire or a thin metal rod of length L and it is insulated except at the end point. So consider x denote the position along with the wire and t denote the time. Diagram for this is shown here. Now consider u of x, u in bracket x comma t denote the temperature at point x at time t, and the equation governing this setup is called one dimensional heat equation. Equation for this is given here. So we generally use a more convenient notation for partial derivative. So u of t equal to k into u xx. For it equation we must also have some boundary conditions. So assume that end of the wire are either exposed and touching some body of constant heat or the ends are insulated. For example, if the ends of the wire are kept at temperature 0, then we must have the condition u of 0t equal to 0 and u of xt 0. Then method of separation of variable. So divide the partial differential equation by positive number sigma. Define k by sigma equal to alpha. Equations for this are given here. We are not going to study all these equations in detail. So here we consider the last equation, that is heat equation, which is given here.